Hey everyone, I'm Megan Lang. I'm the project manager at Social Icon. We are really excited to be here presenting with all of you. We're located in downtown Pensacola, although our services that we are evolving into offering are going to hopefully be nationwide. So who are we? We have two divisions. We're a full service marketing and corporate event management firm. So we have a mighty team of three. It's myself and then our CEO and founder, Brianna Snellgrove, and our creative director, Lindsay Castor. Although small, we have positioned our company with strategic alliances to provide exceptional services to large scale clients. We are directors, we are planners, we're collaborators, we're designers, we're analysts, and it pains us to say, but we're kind of perfectionists. But above all, we're strategists. So we wear many hats in order to pull off all the things that we need to do for our clients. We're a strategic extension of our clients' business, providing them resources, production, marketing, and budget planning, and we develop data-driven campaigns with our primary focus set on attaining their ROI goals. Our clientele is made up of a variety of industries, including entertainment, manufacturing, grocers, airlines, nonprofits, which is just a couple of them. We laser focus on processes and planning, but as you know, earlier this spring, everything changed for people in the event world and even in the advertising world. So the world temporarily closed. The pandemic, unprecedented times, whatever people are calling it now, our full service marketing clientele stood pretty firm, and we understood the value of PR, communications, and marketing more than ever before. But our event clients and subcontractors are being forced to make major shifts in their next moves and adjust and pivot. So pivot is a word that is being used pretty regularly now, but we've decided that we're going to call it a swivel. So we've coined our next move as the Social Icon Swivel. We want to offer our services that are full 360 degrees, not just a simple shift. We want to be able to come all the way back around and make sure this is integrated entirely into our business model. So let's talk virtual. It's not a novel concept. We're doing it here today. The entire world has adapted to communicating and congregating virtually, but have we done it really well yet? Have you been able to be on a Zoom call and walk away and say, that was really something? I felt like it was just as beneficial as I was seeing them all in person. So what makes a virtual webinar or conference any different from a conference call? How can we produce captivating content to excite our audience? And how can we still network seamlessly? These are questions that we asked and went on a hunt to find solutions. So let's be very transparent. This is uncharted territory for a vast majority of event planners. We only want to use the best resources, tools, production, pricing possible, but no one knows what that is yet. So it's possible to deliver as much value in a virtual event versus a live event, and we're working through that process now. So take the NFL draft, for example. Their virtual viewership peaked at a record 19.6 million, and that's a 37% increase over last year's audience. So we're seeing these statistics come out that are actually showing virtual events can be even more successful than in-person events have been in the past. People are starving for education, community, and connection, and we want to make sure that we're able to provide that. So what do we do now? It'd be misleading to say we have one solution. In fact, we have a couple. If you know someone who's looking to produce an event in the next 12 months and has considered hosting it virtually or as a hybrid event, there are some options. In our search to find complementary partners, we connected with a professional videographer, Andy Gwynn, and a major event app developer, Socio, to create a partnership where we can provide marketing and logistics and help clients transition in their in-person event to a fully virtual event, utilizing the Socio app to make sure that they're connecting everyone and being able to network effectively, and using Andy Gwynn to make sure the production value is as high as it can be to give that full, you're like right in their living room experience. So are you wanting to hold a conference, a pitch presentation, a webinar, a concert? We can try to provide a solution for any of these situations. So this is an example of the Socio app. Let's see if it'll, yeah. It can be fully branded. It can stream live videos through one platform. It can organize a full event schedule, send push notifications, and allow for gamification, and also pulls in sponsor showcases, making sure that you can still go out and get funding that you need for your event and have your sponsors benefit mutually from that partnership. So the reality is, this is not going to be a temporary service for us. Remember, we want to swivel and integrate it fully into our business. We're laying the groundwork and doing the research to permanently add this to our list of services, because this is the future. We're not just providing resources, consulting, checklists, or how-to videos. We're fully equipped to transform your event to a production that people can get excited about in today's world. And we're continuing to build partnerships with new innovative tech providers, subcontractors, and suppliers. The cost of producing a medium-sized conference is upwards of $250,000 to $400,000 or more. For a virtual conference experience, you're looking at a total cost of maybe 40 to 60 grand. Sponsors can get involved with your processes and attendees in a new way, which is as valuable as them supporting a live event, and all the analytics now virtually are trackable. There's no longer a barrier to entry. Before, costs prohibited attendees because of additional funds needed for travel, accommodations, and meals. Now you can watch from anywhere, from your living room, and only have to burden the cost of the ticket or registration fee. Even as we have been looking for partners, we found ourselves chatting with high-level executives eager to connect and navigate through these channels. Most of all, we know what we don't know. We do know that live events will not be feasible for at least the next couple months, and we are prepared to guide you with a contingency plan. And this is kind of a sentiment that has been expressed amongst our event planner groups, that going virtual is not a limitation, it's a gift. And that's really what we're embracing and trying to move forward with. And that concludes our presentation on our new virtual services. So we can definitely open it up for any questions.
Okay, I think Jim gave it back over to me. So are there any questions that anyone has? If so, please raise your hand or type something in the chat box, and Dr. Graber will help to make sure we get those questions brought out.
Cool. I have a question.
Yeah.
All right. I love this concept. This is great. What's your ideal target market? Because there's small businesses. Maybe you could branch out into more of a social network, churches having events. Where are you guys targeting to start?
Definitely. So our first target is really people that had planned large scale events to occur in the next 2 months. So we've been looking at large scale conferences. We're actually attending a large conference called LeaderCast tomorrow that had to switch to virtual entirely to see how they've been able to do it. So we've been in a couple chat rooms and webinars with like other event planners across the world, actually, talking about what companies like Rachel Hallett's, like they're huge, like 10,000, 50,000 people, expos, conferences, leadership seminars. What are they doing right now? So helping target those people and reach out and say, hey, we're offering these solutions. This is our plan for moving it to virtual. Like, would you be interested in us helping you transition your event? Okay,
that's great. That's a great idea to study those that are doing it right now, but also targeting those that had these huge events planned. And I mean, these expenses are immense that people put into it. I can only imagine how their hearts are breaking right now and their wallets. It's good. I like this. And I love Swivel. Good job.
Thanks.
That's awesome. All right. Anyone else? You just, you can go down to participants, click on the little people there, and then you'll see raise hand. Or you can just go, hey, but I don't know if let me see if I'll see everybody. Let me get there. Or if you would like, you can put a question down in the chat. I can't seem to do our gallery yet. All right, let's see. Oh, come on, there have to be some questions.
Fascinated by the lack of questions this week.
Yeah, I would like to add in, Megan. I just did a fundraiser with our nonprofit. A gentleman who was an event plan. Well, he wasn't a planner, excuse me. He's more of a DJ, and he hosts events for fundraising for nonprofits. And he did a virtual bingo 80s style, and it was hysterical. I mean, it was so much fun, and it was a small scale thing, but those might be things to think about as you're going after the big fish, but maybe there's some options for the smaller fish along the way.
Definitely, for sure. Yeah. I mean, the reason Bree couldn't be here today is she's actually speaking on a webinar for Powerful Women of the Gulf Coast about transitioning into your stay-at-home, work-from-home lifestyle, and some tips and tricks to make your virtual experience as professional as possible. So we're definitely connected, at least within the Pensacola community, with people that are trying to take those initial ideas, like this is a quarterly workshop that PWGC would have done in person, and help them take it into a virtual sphere.
Great. I look forward to seeing that. We have a question from none other than Mr. Rooney himself. All right. And he just needs to be unmuted, please. There we are.
So let me just ask the question. So can you talk about where your next event might be and how large it is? What kind of targets are you looking for?
Yeah, so we're hoping to actually hold an event ourselves to kind of introduce people into like a virtual networking experience. We are trying to partner with the Pensacola Chamber, actually. I know we were setting tentatively a date like 2 weeks from now, but it's kind of shifting as things are. And we're going to be holding it with the Socio app, and then also a virtual networking platform called Lunchpool, which is very similar to Zoom, but it allows you to go into it's set up like tables, like little conference rounds, and then there's a stage. So when there's not a presentation happening, you can be at a table with 4 to 6 people in your own little mini Zoom. So it's a lot easier to communicate and network in that way and shift between table to table. And then when a presentation's happening, it's focused on the speaker only. So it's kind of an interesting way to do a more conference style network setup. And so we're hoping to kind of open that up through the chamber to do one of the greeters networking experiences, and then also showcase the virtual abilities that we could offer.
Well, sorry, I muted myself and then I got unmuted, and then I think I'm unmuted now. That's an excellent idea to host something like this just to show people. I think that's brilliant right there, because it is a little hard to grasp, the entire concept if you can't.
It is, because it's so new.
Yeah, I think that's great. Let's see. We have Lloyd has a question for you.
Not a question, just a comment. Yeah, with the Pensacola Network, we started using the event platform called Hopin, and the website is hopin.to. And that's the one I saw that gave you the most realistic thing of an event or conference, because it allows the center stage, the networking, the vendors, and the sponsors. So it's the one that closely mimics a true event, and so and it's affordable. You can start off small and grow big.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, great. All right, and we have one more question, and I apologize, I don't remember your name, but it's listed as Veterans Florida Entrepreneur, and I'm thinking Ann, but I think that's wrong. What was your name again?
Marcia. It's okay.
Marcia.
I get Marcia, so that's okay.
Marcia, good deal. All right. Please ask your question.
A quick question. Can you tell us about the pop-up movie tour that you're doing with Michael Silver?
Yeah, I think Michael Silver is actually on this call. I think he's muted right now. There he is. So we're just helping Michael with his communications and everything. He could probably speak to it better than I could, but basically he is putting together a social distancing drive-in movie theater with lots of options for people to come in and enjoy kind of going out of the house but still being safe. And we're just going to be assisting him more on his marketing communications, less on the event logistics itself.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've known Bree and them for a long time, and we just never had the right project to work on together, and I think that this is the right one. We are having to grow really fast and having to expand really fast, and so I'm just happy to have their help on getting that messaging out.
That's outstanding. All right, very good. Do we have any other questions or comments from the peanut gallery? Good. All right, I'll turn it back over to you, Brian.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank Megan for presenting today. I know Brianna initially was going to be able to do it, but she had that conflict, and Megan jumped right in, did a wonderful job of her presentation. The information was great. I think most people in town know about Social Icon and what they do, and we appreciate everything you do for our community, Megan.
Thanks. Yeah, of course.
And the last question we have is, Megan, what can the community do for you?
Yeah, so anywhere that you guys are seeing a need for smaller organizations, nonprofits, anyone that's trying to transition into going virtual, we're offering free 30-minute consultation calls. So even if it doesn't result in a full partnership, at least we could maybe help someone out in terms of some logistics or technological questions in that way, in order to help bring people together even when we can't physically be together. So just sending people our way that hopefully we could help out.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry, late to the game, but would 1 million cups, would this venue work well with any of the platforms that you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, we actually presented at Virginia Beach's 1 Million Cups, and they were utilizing the Lunchpool platform, and it worked pretty well in terms of being able to get to know people and what their businesses are and their backgrounds there. So we actually did like an opening 15-minute like hop around the tables, introduce yourself to everyone, and it was a little less hectic than having 30 people try to introduce themselves all at once. So that was kind of a cool added benefit, especially for us since we didn't know anyone there. And then we did the presentation that way, and the question and answer could maybe be a little bit more streamlined, just the way the platform is set up. They actually have like a Q&A function where people type them in and upvote to make sure that the most relevant ones get answered first.